Hey everyone, so I'm back again. So today we're going to be making cinnamon rolls. First thing we're going to do, start off with the dough. So you want to get a half cup of warm water and a regular pack of yeast. And when I say pack, I'm referring to like the three 1/4 ounce packs. So like the normal thing it sells in their freezer section, like this. So just like that sort of packet, that whole thing. So not just one, like see there's like sort of three here. Well, all three of them, not just one. And it's a 3/4 ounce pack, if you want to know that. The whole thing is. Each of them being 1/4 ounce, just clarifying. So get that, it has to be in warm water, half cup. Stir it up. Make sure it's nice and mixed together and broken down pretty much. Next thing we're going to add is some milk, and it needs to be warm, not hot, but just warm. So 1 cup of just warm milk. And if it's too hot, then just don't add it. And just test it with your finger, just make sure it's warm. So do that, mix it together. And so mix that together. And for the milk, as I was about to say, if it's too hot, just do it along the sides of the bowl right there, because it cools it down as it hits the glass. So, yeah. Okay, that is done. So, next thing we're going to add is a half cup of sugar. So, put that in there. And you could mix them in all at once if you wanted to, I guess, but I find it easier if you just mix them in as it goes. So, bear with me. And there we go. So that's mixed. And then next thing we're going to do is 2 teaspoons of salt. Now it doesn't have to be exactly. And this, you don't want to add like in the beginning, like in direct contact with the yeast. So, okay, there we go. Now, next thing we're gonna add, mix that in. We're also gonna want to add 2 eggs. And yes, I will be cracking them in the video, so that, if you don't like that, then too bad. So, just 1 and 2. So, I mean, it's just easier to crack them in the video, which is why I do it, because there's just no need to use up an extra dish, so it saves time. Okay, so next, mix that up, and then in the meantime of that, while I'm mixing this up, you're also going to want to get out shortening, vegetable shortening, and you're going to want to get out a half a cup of that. So it should be soft, and if yours isn't like sort of soft already, it helps mix it in. So heat it up just for like 10 seconds. Or so in the microwave. You don't want it melted, just softer than it is when it's in the container. Okay, so put that in as well. And it helps to get it out with a spatula because it is pretty sticky. See, it should be soft. So this is more difficult to get incorporated in, especially if you don't have it warmed, so that might be a bit of trouble. Okay, so now this may take you some time to mix in. You really gotta just like smash it up against the side of the bowl, and it helps if your ingredients are still warm. So do that, and then we're also gonna add about 6 to 6.5 to anywhere from 6 to 7 cups. Now you don't want it to be like, you want it to be sort of sticky, but not really, like not too sticky. Like if you touch it, it might be a little sticky, but not super sticky. So anywhere between 6 to 7, not too sticky, but not like too like stiff either, where it's real crumbly. So I'll get all that prepared, and I'll be back when we start to roll it out and do the rest of that. So I'll see you back. We aren't rolling it out yet or any of that. I kind of forgot that for a second. But what you need to do is just get a little flour, roll it out. Here, put the dough you just did and take it. So as I was saying, it should be like this. Like as you see, it's a little sticky, but it should be like pliable to roll. So what we're gonna do is knead the dough. So how you like knead dough is you do this. So just take like both ends and like smush it inwards like that, and then just shift it back the other way to where the ends you didn't, and fold them in. Then fold those other ends you didn't do yet in, but you've done, and repeat the process over and over for refolding the ends you've done. So it's kind of shifting around the whole dough, because, and then you can flip it over and do it if you want to. I mean, just put the ends in, it's like you squash them in there, fold them together, knead it, do those, and it's actually maybe someone's like, oh, that's not how you knead dough, but that's how I've learned to do it anyways, and it works, because basically all you're trying to do is get it like, so it's becomes like very pliable, and you can work the dough well and roll it out, so, and it doesn't like break and stuff. It becomes, so you can roll it out for the cinnamon rolls. So that's just what you want to do. And yeah, you want to get it, just knead it several times, or until you feel it's really like got its elasticity. I mean, you don't want it too much, but see, if you flip it over, it's got like a very like nice form. That's what you're looking for, like nice form like that. So now what you're gonna do is put this in like a grease bowl, and you're gonna let it rise till it comes upward to the top, depending on the size of your bowl, or doubles in size. Then you're gonna push it down, and then you're gonna let it rise up again. So that process will take about a few hours, maybe, depending just how warm your house is. It's just a suggestion, it's good to keep it under a light, because that helps heat up a little and get the yeast working faster. So yeah, so then we will roll out the dough. Okay, so hey everyone, so now we're going to melt about 5 tablespoons or more of butter to coat this dough, which you're going to want to roll out about like 9 inches wide or so. Doesn't have to be exact. And then as long as you can possibly make it, and have it about like 1/4 of an inch thin, just approximately like this thin, if you can see that, just like that thin. So that should be good. And then melt like 5 or 6 tablespoons of butter. Spread it out all over this, just a thin layer. And then you're gonna want to mix about like 1 1/4 cups of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and then spread that out over this. And then after that, you're going to roll this up just like this way, like this. Just roll it up like that, And then once you've done that, it'll be in a long roll, and then just cut them into about like 1 to 1.5 inch slices, like about that big, if you can see that, but 1 to 1.5 inch slices, and then they'll look like little cinnamon rolls. And so you can either just cook them in a pan, and I'll leave how long you should cook them in the description, and you just cook them in a pan, like greased a little, or you can do icing on them, or you can do the other way, which I'll tell you, and you'll do about half a cup of butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and about a half a cup of pecans or more, depending on how you like it, in the bottom of like a dish. And you'll melt the butter and then put the brown sugar in there, and then just put the pecan rolls, the cinnamon rolls in there. And those are really good. I've had them before. I've made these before, so they're really good. And I'll leave anything, if you think I missed it, comment. And I'll leave the ingredients for everything as usual down in the description. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.